So I guess we can kick it off by starting with okay, we talked about we talked cryptocurrency. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good or is it bad for the people?
Question is, what is cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is kind of like, well, you know how money was pretty much developed in terms of provide good. It was exchanged for. At first, we had services like when people wanted he's trying to slide. But hey, shit fucks up. But look, when people want services, what they do was they in the olden days, what they would do was you would perform a service or you would provide them with a good. Now, instead of providing goods and services, people actually will give you money for your goods and services. So money is pretty much the idea that something can be exchanged for a good or a service.
Is this all digital or is this all paper?
Well, yeah, money is the paper form.
But cryptocurrency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency is a digital form of money, which is like money took hold to replace goods and services and actual like gold and cow or human services. Like money took over that. Cryptocurrency is supposed to be the next logical step for money to where everything is digital. Like no more actual money, just digital. Pretty much people putting their faith in crypto.
Isn't that what credit cards and debit cards are though?
It's similar, but credit card and debit cards backed, secured by money. You know what I mean? But then cryptocurrency actually is just not. It doesn't really have a, like a
when you think
government basically.
Well, wouldn't you think once that becomes the normal currency, wouldn't you think that would be taken over? Like cryptocurrency would be what would be like considered money in the future?
Crypto, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in the near future, crypto will completely take over the whole financial industry. That's what I'm thinking. But who knows what can happen? It's a slippery slope. I think if people ask me, do I think that you should invest in cryptocurrency? I would say yes, but make sure you make a conscious and an educated decision on if cryptocurrency is what you want to invest in.
Is it easy? Is it easy to get cryptocurrency or understand cryptocurrency?
Yeah, cryptocurrency is pretty much you sign up and you have buyers and sellers. There's always people looking to buy cryptocurrency and there's always people looking to sell cryptocurrencies. And when you get in, you find a broker, you buy the crypto, and that's as easy as it is to obtain cryptocurrency.
So what is the dollar worth for each cryptocurrency? Like what is it? What would be a certain number?
Okay, well that's what they're doing now. Like so, I'll just give you an example. Bitcoin, you know what I mean? So Bitcoin at one point we know that one Bitcoin, which is basically like $1, you know what I mean? It was literally worth fucking. I heard it was like $10,000 US. You know what I mean? Now it's back down. We know it went all the way back down. It's kind of starting to level itself out. But like what it's worth is in the hold of the people. Like the cryptos can be worth different prices depending on what type of crypto you have. It's gonna be kind of like weed. You go to the dispensary and you want to buy weed. You got your kryptonite. You got your super chronic kryptonite. You got different types that that you can.
Yeah. So is the reason why the numbers went down for Bitcoin is because of other competition now getting into the cryptocurrency game and stuff like that? Because we heard that Akon is starting his own cryptocurrency now and stuff like that. Okay. And could that come to be a lot? Could that rise to be much better than Bitcoin at one point, or do you think it's just gonna follow suit with the rest of them?
I'm happy you mentioned that. That's a good point. Like Akon, his Acoin that he came out with actually is being ravished with imperialism and colonism and all kind of things going on there. So it's like that might actually help their country. Is cryptocurrency is it going down because of the different people? Because there's a lot of people getting in. I don't think it's that. I think that at a point, cryptocurrency, it had its peak, where a lot of people were coming in, a lot of investors was coming in, and now I think it's just starting to normalize and stabilize itself out to where maybe the future can have a career pretty much a handle. So, but back to this Akon. What do you think about Akon and this new crypto? What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like with anything, man, I feel like there's always opportunities enough to grow inside of business and that with this and everything. It's a new test into some new waters for a lot of people that, have not touched that yet. Hopefully he succeeds in this to where other people follow suit.
Okay. And that's good. And to add to that, I just think it's a good thing, right? At first, for a second, I was like, man, look, I'm from St. Louis. You see, Let's Go Blues. We actually at the historical Stowe State Community College. I know Akon from here, too. I was like, I hope he just ain't another scam St. Louis nigga trying to scam them good folks in Africa. You know what I'm saying? But, we going to let him do what he do because if it works.
If he did it for Haiti. If he did it for Haiti right now, would you think it'd be different though?
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll just say that we rooting for Akon. We really hope from one St. Louis to another one that you can do this. Give us all an example of what we should be doing and do it right, my brother. So, yeah, definitely. So we talked about stocks. And this, me and you probably, we talked about stocks. We talked about houses. We talked about, because you told me that your grandmother has a long history in development of housing. So what I want to do real quick is I want to tell people, because some people nowadays think that, the housing market is like an old game. Like it's something that it's not moving with the future. Like it's not the future. They think technology is the new wave and stocks.
Actually, I've seen a lot of people now like starting to own houses now, even owning their own homes and everything like that. A lot of people are getting ready to do that. There's certain areas and stuff like that. There's a lot of areas now that you can buy a house anywhere and stuff like that. It depends on the price and stuff like that. But it's not a lot of rise for basically homeowning yet and stuff like that. But it's really not. It's crawling up there to a lot of people are starting to buy homes out. So or you rebuild homes. So it's coming back slowly. But you should start seeing a nice little rise in the years yet.
And what I think is, personally that when it comes to investments, owning a home, depending on how you do it, can never be a bad thing. When it's all said and done, if you're in your house, you own your house paid off, then it's never a bad thing to own a home. Like it's no matter what anybody tell you, they can say about, it costs this much money to get repaired. I'm a homeowner, and I'm telling you that it was a good decision. In the beginning, it's gonna seem like it's a bad decision because you're gonna be spending all your money, but in the long run, it may benefit you. You got to learn how to leverage your properties. You have to learn how to manage your funds. You got to learn how to buy low. It's a lot of things that go into it, but if you do get the game, and even if you just stumble in it like everybody does, stumbling, there's nothing wrong with stumbling. That's what we all do. So stumble in, learn what you need to know, progress, learn how to leverage your property, and buying real estate will work out for you in the future. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think I give that a thumbs up. Buy real estate. So you give that a thumbs up?
Does it all depend on the area, or does it depend on the price?
I say, really, we got to start thinking about everything is strategic, right? So if you buy a house in a bad area, you're just going to be renting it out because it's not going to sell for high. You know what I mean? So if you want to get a house in a bad area, property, what you may want to invest in.
Why don't you tell me about one house that you did buy?
Which one?
It's about the $5,000 box.
Oh, you talking about the first one?
$5,000 box.
Okay, so you want to tell us a true story. So I bought a house one time. My first house I ever bought I bought about a $5,000 house. It was.
Now you have to imagine what you get for $5,000.
Yeah, it was in a bad neighborhood.
He had got a slave shack. That thing was a house built for a midget.
Man, it was a pretty bad house. And basically, you got to think about it. When you buy a house for $5,000, you get what you pay for. I could have did something with the house? I probably could have, but at the end of the day, what I did was I sold the house. I realized that I bought a house, that there was a lot of stuff wrong with the house, and there was a lot of work to be done on it.
Sir, what can you get for $5,000?
Now that's true, but this is an opportunity to teach the audience something. If you buy a house for $5,000 and you get caught with a limit, it's no use to wash your hands with the whole situation and just scrap it. Because that happened to me. I didn't know nothing about real estate. I bought a house for $5,000, and I said, you know what? This is not a good idea. What did I do? Liquidation, people. There's nothing wrong with liquidation. You take that house and you sell it off. And guess what? I went and bought another house, and the house that I went up and bought, it ended up working out. So that's what I will say. Don't ever look at your bad news. Just always be willing to liquidate when you need to liquidate.
The house was empty. There was walls.
I'm gonna just look at y'all like this. Like, come on. Anybody that know anything about housing, anything like that, they know that's what happens when you buy a house.
$5,000. Yeah.
So you don't always get what you pay. Well, you do get what you paid for, but you don't always get what you bargained for in your mind.
Yeah. Sometimes it ain't even. Sometimes everybody want to go buy cheap. Sometimes if you ain't got the money to build for cheap, don't buy cheap. Go ahead and save your money up, spend it for the right little price. Go ahead and spend about $100,000. Sometimes you got to spend that much just so you don't get you a decent amount.
Now listen, I will say this just from actual experience. Don't spend $100,000. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Spend
a lot of people want to buy a house for cheap and don't do a lot of work on it. And then a lot of people who do buy for cheap are not prepared for that to do that type of work on those houses and stuff like that. Eventually, a lot of them lose that. So.
And this is what I was gonna say. This is just from if you just dealing with a different type of money, spend that $100,000. But if you literally just coming from the bottom and you trying to work your way up into some stuff, then don't spend $100,000.
You can always rent to own too.
I definitely wouldn't rent to own. Y'all. I'm gonna be honest. You don't want to rent to own because rent to own is when it's all said and done, the interest rate on rent to own is in the 20s. You spending literally, it's gonna be about $700 a month. You spending $500 to pay.
Okay. So then, what do you tell somebody who's looking for a house that don't want to do no work on it?
Okay, what I would tell them is that around the price range of about $40,000, maybe $30,000 to about $60,000 is what I call.
Okay. Let me ask you that price range.
Okay.
Where in St. Louis would that house be?
Where in St. Louis would that house be? You can get that house in almost some of the best neighborhoods in St. Louis.
You know what I'm saying? Where?
You can get it I'm gonna tell you, and if you think so, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna put links to everything I'm talking about, just so I can show it. Because I'm happy we having this conversation because it's great. Because listen, we can put links in the description box on everything that I'm saying. Now, in the city of St. Louis and in most cities right now, most industrials and builders and developers, they know this. You can get you a house in a sweet zone of what I'm gonna call the Goldilocks zones because it's not too hot and it's not too cold. So it's right in the Goldilocks zone of $40,000 to $60,000 to where you can get you a house in a Tower Grove neighborhood, in a Lafayette Square neighborhood, nice neighborhood. You can get you a home. I'm willing to even say in a Soulard neighborhood.
Sir, do you know how much my family home is going for worth right now?
How much?
Over $120,000.
Okay, with time and appreciation and gain.
So you also got to look at the fact that a lot of these homes have been over in certain areas. A lot of the uprise in those areas, like the Tower Grove area and stuff like that, the gay LGBT community has really built that area in order to, as far as the marketing. So a lot of people are trying to move a lot of those gays and lesbians over in that area and stuff like that to continue to build in that area. So, like I said, again, if somebody want to take our house, want to buy our house from us, they're going to have to call for it.
Okay. Now, that's true. But what I will say is that what I'll do is I'll put the links to the videos. I mean, not the videos, but the actual places that I actually, like Tower Grove South, you can get those. We can move on from it. But that's true. But one thing I will say is that it's definitely a Goldilocks zone where people can get houses and you can go on Gundecker. I'll put up all of the websites. A good website to go on is gbgundecker.com. They let you select your price. They let you put in a zip code and put whatever price you're looking for in there. And then when you look at the house that you want in your sweet zone where it don't need to go a lot of work, you can go and see it. Then you find you a real estate agent or a person that you know that's a real estate agent and tell them, listen, this is the house I want right here. This is what I don't get. Don't let them show you $100,000 houses that you can't afford. The interest rate is going to be high. Take that $60,000, $70,000 house, pay off on it, $500 a month, be the same as you renting a fucking car or leasing it or whatever. And at the end of 20 years, maybe 15, you'll have your house paid off. And then you'll be able to leverage that house. Don't you get what I'm saying? And it's definitely possible. And you don't have to. It's ways to do it. And, I'm gonna put the links under that because I really want y'all to know that. So next to that, what you think about stocks? What you think about stocks?
So everybody should get into it too. I feel like man, want people were to get into it would have got into Google before it became bigger what it is now. Probably would have been great. So it's always good to get into that, man. You never know what might start up, man. And shit going,
Yeah. Now, what I gotta say about stocks is that be careful with stocks. Stocks are great, but stocks, in my opinion, and I don't care what nobody say, in my opinion, stocks are a long-term investment that you look to invest in over time. You can.
So let's say you put $1 into a company, right? Do you continuously put $1 in? Or no?
I would try to, but this is just how I look at stuff. You know what I mean? I can't say what's right or what's wrong because, again, me and my friend, we are not like financial experts. We are merely, well, I'll tell you my background. I'm merely just a person that literally have blew a lot of money in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had a point where I probably didn't have $100,000-$200,000 and literally spent it on nothing. Like, had nothing to show for it. So it's like now in my life, every dime that I get, I try to think about investments and stuff. So that's my expertise. I'm not an expert. I just have blown money. You know what I'm saying? And when you do some stupid stuff like that, it makes you kind of look at money different than you would look at it if you ain't waste so much money and had time to sit in jail and think man, I really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but we're not experts. But in my non-expert opinion, I would assume that stocks is something that you want to put a lot of money in. Let's say if I was okay, I got 20 grand and I got faith in this company right here, I'm gonna put that 20 grand in there, see how I perform after about 5 years. If I see my 20 grand went up to 50 grand and maybe 30, then guess what? I may throw another 10 in there. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So what if you pull back your money? Let's say, does that take away your stock, or does that still keep your stock there?
In the stock market? Interesting question, man, because I actually just have to take money out the stock market.
So let's say you put $10,000 in.
Okay.
You have $50,000. Mm-hmm. You just take out 40 of that thousand. So you got 10,000.
You can easily do that. Basically, if you have $10,000 and you put it in the stock market and it gained $40,000, which turned it into $50,000, would you be able to take the $40,000 out? Hell yeah. But your average person, and I would think your person probably would at least take that initial $10,000 out, especially if it jumped like that, overnight or something. Maybe take 15 or 20 out, leave another 20 in, and see how that do. Because you doubled your money either way you go. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I would probably do that.
But no, I don't know if a lot of people understand if that can be done.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yes, it can be done. If you want to take your money out the stock market at any time, it's actually really easy to take your money out the stock market. Surprisingly, when it comes to Bitcoin, a lot of people that deal with stocks, they don't like Bitcoin because Bitcoin is actually hard. You got to find a broker, find somebody that's gonna want to buy. It's a process. Stocks is nothing like that. You take out, put it in. You know what I mean?
So would you say it's much easier than Bitcoin or even cryptocurrency doing stock?
I can't say that because stocks is stocks is the same. You know what I mean?
So either way you go, either a gamble.
It's a big gamble. Either or, it's about the same. You know what I mean? One is just older and one is newer. That's about the same. They both literally the same.
So would you say Bitcoins are the younger version of the stock market?
Yeah, just an evolved form of stock. You know what I mean? But not really. It's really an evolved form of money. You know what I mean? Yeah. But But stocks is kind of that too, because stocks is money. You know, it's all the same under the same, but it's trying to serve a different purpose. Now, another topic that I want to touch on is okay, we talked about investments. We talked about what about this whole notion that the black dollar? You know what I'm saying? What about this whole notion? Like, what do you think that you personally think that black people can do to start generating this dollar in the black community a little bit more?
There has to be more businesses in order for us to invest to go. A lot more small businesses that we even see. I mean, I hate to say it, like some, even right now, there's a lot of mom and pop shops where people are, selling food and cooking food and everything like that, or nail shops, hair shops, all that type of stuff. We some barbershops and everything like that. We just need to continually invest in those, and we see that they do. We do come in there and bring revenue in there and so it circulates and everything like that, but it doesn't do much as far as with the area around the outside of it. It's like we're not doing anything to keep the area around it clean in order to continuously make money. And it's to understand that everybody got everybody can take care of their own. Everybody ain't got enough money to do all that extra stuff. I understand that, but some of these stores can also help around in the areas that they are in.
Yeah. A lot of them. But one thing I will say is that we have been seeing improvements on that, over the years. And let's hope that actual cycle, that improvement cycle continues to increase. And earlier we were talking and you brought up something about how like black people, like even both of us, we have on Nikes and stuff like that when it's companies like Fubu and even other like black clothing companies and shoe companies that we can probably start to get behind and maybe generate some of our money within our community where they can start.
To even use to use a really simple example for Fubu. I mean, it was once one of the biggest, hottest things out here, and for it to disappear like that, in place of brands that are not really that we know of, like
Nike.
Yeah, Nike and Jordan, who we know are backed by other companies or other people. Where it's like I said again, this is the only company that I know. We know. Even Apple bottle jeans, Nelly shit, all this type of stuff.
Okay,
that used to be something. Like, what happened to us following suit by owning black clothing or black or eating more cultural foods or learning to cook more cultural foods, stop cooking hamburgers, maybe cook an African dish. Maybe introduce the kids to different tastes that lamb, maybe,
Yep. Now I'll say this, with the food, like they had their run, and I feel like their run, it lasted for a while. Now I also feel like sometimes people don't adapt with the changing in environments and the change in business. So I will challenge all black people to learn how to adapt also, to different changes in business and the changing environment. If the environment shifts, be ready to shift with it. Be ready to evolve and be ready to grow and expand.
I think that's what's happening now. It's a lot are opening up to the idea. I mean, some of us, like I said again, some of us are still comfortable in the box, but then some of us are ready to explore outside and really get into things that we never got into before. And a lot of people are less afraid to jump out there now than it was before. I mean, there were times where the old saying was you didn't need to put an elephant because you knew not to go anywhere.
Okay. Well, look, right now, I want to say, man, any closing words, Nathan?
Go to streetgenius.com. Check out the Loop app. You gotta always plug that in there.
Definitely. And I want to also say that this week I'm gonna talk about the new things. Right now, I'm converting Loop over to Python, so I'm gonna have it a lot more functional. So that's what I'm doing as far as updates with Street Genius. I'm developing a new app. It's called Zoombito. So always go to streetgenius.net to get more information. And as far as the black dollar go, I just want everybody to know we talked about investment in stocks. We talked about real estate. We talked about ways to save money. And if we want to talk about it like next week more or whatever, we can really talk about. That'll be another episode that we talk about saving money, because we can probably give the people a lot of ways. So we looking for it. We're gonna talk to y'all about saving money. Now is investing, and we want y'all to know that y'all definitely got to invest that money. Y'all just can't just be sitting on it, put it into an investment account. Like, you gotta like make that money work for you and make something happen with it. So that's what I want to say. And that's something, if anybody meet me, I'm going to be talking about that. But for now, I want to say thanks to Stowe State University for getting us out here and, just letting us, film this.
Where can they follow you at, man?
They can follow me on Instagram at StreetGenius_ and on Twitter at StreetGenius_.
No Facebook page?
Facebook is just Street Genius. I got the company page on there. So that's what they can follow me at. What about you, man? Where can they follow you?
I ain't got nothing right now. Just like I said again, just hit everything up on streetgenius.com.
Okay.
Like that. See, all the comments there. Go ahead, check out the website, everything like that.
That's one thing about, we so genius over here that it's like we don't follow the herd. We don't want to be out there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Follow, all of this is business. So it's really just all about business. But I want to tell everybody that I'm here to make sure that everybody get the knowledge that they need. That's what we're going to be about. We about giving our knowledge, and that's all everybody should be about. So when we tell it, make sure y'all able to receive it and take it in, and we'll see you next week, because motherfuckers got shit to do.